Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be unboxing this SCRYE magazine. If you've watched my channel before, you know that I've opened these before on my channel. This is of issue 4.4 and it came out in November 1997. So I seem to be going back in time because I think the last one has been the issue after this. But anyway, you get a ton of cards in here, and this is what I always liked about SCRYE magazines. You always get loads of free promo cards, which was really cool. So I'll show you the cards first. Now we got an oversized Urtai, I think that's called. This is from Magic the Gathering. I don't know how much this is worth. Magic cards are usually worth quite a lot, but I don't think this is over the top, probably a couple of pounds. But yeah, that's interesting. Then we get two of these. These are the revised Asteroid Sanctuary cards. This is one of the first revised cards that I remember, and they gave it away free with SCRYE. I think you could write in to decipher as well and get them, but obviously if that's in America, it was quite hard for me back then. So it was nice to get these in the SCRYE magazine. Then we get a couple of random things. We get a Dragon Ball Z, is that? Dragon Ball Z Ani-Mayhem card. Now I don't know how much that's worth, but it might be worth £1 or £2. And then this, I don't know where that's from. What is that? Oh, Shadowrun. It's saying Shadowrun. I recognise the logo and stuff because I used to see it in the SCRYE magazine all the time, but I never played it or collected it. So I don't know if that's worth anything. Probably not. But here's the main magazine. Now this one doesn't come with any supplements or anything. It's got a matte finish on the cover as well. I think the others are shiny, I can't remember. But anyway, this is the magazine. It came out in November 97, so probably around October time. This was around the time Cloud City came out for the Star Wars CCG. So we'll see what's in here. Big adverts for games here. Contents, more adverts, introduction, bit about the inserts here. Then we get my favourite bit, news. A little decipher thing seems to shrink going back in time. So let's see what, now we know what happens in the future, let's see what was coming out. So Star Wars Empire Strikes Back Cloud City is now due in October, so maybe it was every couple of months this issue came out, so I don't know, maybe this came out about October time. I think that got put back to about November, Cloud City. Fajo Collection, that also came out later than October, that was around Christmas. Star Trek First Contact ships in November, it didn't, it came out in about December time. Star Wars Return of the Jedi Tatooine looks to appear in late winter. This is really interesting because that was renamed to Jabba's Palace. So it's really cool to see things like this. This is why I like getting these magazines now, 20 years on. It came in late winter, no it didn't, it came out about April time. Star Trek First Contact, according to Decipher, tells you a bit about it, so about Borg, simulate planets, things like that. So yeah, it introduced new gameplay. It was a big set, First Contact. Collectible dice game, Star Trek, I never got that. And then there's bits about Wizards of the Coast and stuff. More adverts. This is the Dragon Ball Z expand. It must be an expansion for Ani-Mayhem. I do remember Ani-Mayhem. I did have some of that. Babylon 5 tells you about Mira Furlan, who played Delenn, signing some cards to put in Babylon 5 CCG packs. That's what they used to do with Babylon 5, put autographs in them. It tells you about the release, so 2 campaign sets that came out like that, that didn't change. This is interesting up here about the X-Files CCG. It's saying a second X-Files expansion called 22364 will be installed in October. This set never released, unfortunately. It's saying the cards are taken from the 3rd season, New Bluff, Witnesses, etc. New agents, even names them, and it's really upsetting these cards never came out because we only ever got one expansion for the X-Files CCG. So that was a shame. booster bonus box for X-Files, that never came out. Exclusive ultra rares. These ultra rares did release, I'm not sure where, because I do have those cards, but this booster bonus box never came out, to my knowledge, anyway. Deck box, again, I don't think that came out either. And a 2-player start kit, that was cancelled. X-Files collector set here, that's cool, look at that. That never came out, unfortunately. I would have loved that. Yeah, so the X-Files, the whole section there is about the X-Files. That just might as well just wipe that from history, because that never released, unfortunately. Then we get the release schedule here. Some of this stuff is wrong. It always was wrong, to my knowledge. It was very rare, something which you released on time. We get an advert here for the Cloud City set. Cloud City was just coming out at this time. Babylon 5 was about to drop in stores as well, so it was good seeing a bit of news about that. And then we get some more reviews and deck designs as usual. We get a First Contact advert, which is really cool, because this is the old First Contact design. The packs never looked like this. They're the War Queen on the front, so it's nice to see the original design of the packs. So these magazines are literally like a snapshot of card game history. This is when I was really into card games. Bit about Aliens Predator there, I did collect that at the time. So I just love seeing these magazines. I used to be obsessed with this magazine. I was always phoning at the card store saying, "Is new SCRYE magazine in yet?" Then we get the price guide, as you do in every SCRYE magazine. I won't go through that, as you would have seen in my previous videos for SCRYE magazines. You know what to expect now. It's just players' guides. They used to print those. They always seem to concentrate on Magic, because it started off as a Magic magazine, this one. Tournament winners, if you're interested in tournaments. Then we get this. This was really cool. This is a section on dream cards. So they used to ask for people to design cards and send them in, basically. And I used to love this section. It used to spark my imagination. So I used to make my own on the computer and stuff as well. I never sent any in, but this inspired me to do dream cards. Then we get here. I do remember this, actually. Oh, I really remember that, this competition. So, yeah, I don't know if I entered this, but I really remember this competition for some reason. It was like trying to guess what the card was going to be, because Cloud City hadn't come out. You had to guess what the game text and stuff on the card was. So that was really a really good competition, and I really remember entering that. I think I just remember this card. Then we get more X-Files to make you weep if you're really into the X-Files CCG like I was. All these goodies you could win that I don't know what they would have done, because these sets never came out, so they would never be able to give the prizes out. And then we get an amazing advert for the unreleased expansion for the X-Files here, which is really sad to see, but it's good to see in like having this now, because you can look back and think, oh, what could have been. But anyway, that's my quick unboxing and flick through SCRYE magazine issue 4.4. If you're interested in these magazines, let me know and I'll try and get hold of some more. That's all I have for the moment, but I'm always on the lookout for SCRYE magazines, especially sealed ones with all the cards in. They're quite expensive now to find. These ones I've had for a while, so I'm always on the hunt. So these reviews and things of the magazines will come out as and when I find new copies. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon, guys. Bye.